This is National Park Canoe and Kayak Rental. These are the canoes and kayaks. These are the paddles. These are the owners. And this is the friendly staff. And this is beautiful Long Pond, where you'll be spending your day on your canoe, kayak, or paddleboard. And this is you, ready to set sail on your adventures, where you'll see various wildlife such as ducks, frogs, turtles, eagles, herons, loons, squirrels, deer, and more. Throughout this video, we'll be showing you the right way and the wrong way to have fun. So grab a paddle and arm yourself with a life jacket of knowledge as we set sail into the smooth waters of safety. To help you on your adventure, we recommend you come equipped with the following items: water shoes, bathing suit, t-shirt, sweatshirt, hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, bug spray, lunch, snacks, water, and last but not least, a towel. Refrain from bringing items such as samurai swords, bows and arrows, golf clubs, and please do not bring your laundry to iron while on the water. If you forget an item, we sell the following: dry bags, dog life jackets, snacks, water, and sports drinks. The main parking lot is located right next to the registration booth. When you're pulling up, notice the sign to your right. Keep going and make your first right on Whitney Farm Road. Make another quick right, and you're right there in the parking lot, ready to park that car. After finding a totally rad parking space, head up the steps and toward the registration booth, where you'll be greeted by the friendly staff, who will then hand you a waiver for you to sign. Fill out the waiver to the best of your ability. After filling out the waiver, hand it back to the friendly staff. Don't forget to return that pen. Let's watch as Maine guide Adam Wales shows us the proper way to put on a life jacket. Put your right arm and your left arm in. Zip the front all the way. Fasten the side straps and the shoulder straps, and you're ready to go. When assisting a child, make sure they get both arms through the jacket. Both buckles buckled, and straps strapped. Now that's teamwork. Make sure your paddle isn't too short or too tall, and that it's just right, resting directly under the chin. Now we're paddling up the right creek. These are boat carts, used for carting boats. Lift the boat up onto the cart from the side. Slide the boat back to find the optimal fulcrum. Hold the boat from the back and push forward. It's imperative to use the crosswalks while walking your boats toward the boat launch. Use both of them to avoid peril. Please be advised that you are responsible for carting your boat across the street, as staff is prohibited due to town ordinance. It is imperative that you do not stray from the crosswalks. Be sure to launch from the shore, located to the left of the concrete boat launch. Heed all signs and warnings if you're unsure of where to launch. Do not use the concrete boat launch. Not only will this damage our canoes, kayaks, and paddleboards, but it's totally bogus for boaters who use the launch. Start with the canoe parallel to the shoreline. The person in front steps in, while the person in back steadies the canoe. Once the person in the rear sits down, use both oars to push the canoe into the water. Once oriented forward, paddle in a uniform fashion. When returning to shore, the person in front slows the front of the canoe using the paddle, while the back end swings around. Use the oars to push the canoe toward the shore. The person in front exits and pulls the canoe onto shore. Once the canoe is stable, the person in the rear exits. Do not face each other or in opposite directions, and do not use the paddles to splash about. Lay the paddle along the back of the kayak. Step into the kayak and use the paddle as a support to lower yourself down into the seat. Once in, use the paddle to push yourself off and into the water. Paddle away! When returning, use the paddle to slow the front end down while the rear swings around. Use the paddle to push the kayak to shore. Place the paddle behind you and use it as a support to stand and exit the kayak. Do not try to stand or turn around in your kayak, or you can end up swimming with the fishes. Make sure your paddleboard paddle is as tall as you before hitting the water. That's just right. With the paddleboard facing fin up, attach the ankle strap snugly. Place the paddleboard in water deep enough so that the fin does not scrape the bottom. Use the paddle across the paddleboard to support you as you mount on both knees. Paddle out to deeper water while still kneeling. Once the paddleboard is far enough, stand using the paddle to support you as you rise. Paddle into the sunset. When returning, drop to a kneeling position and glide to the shore. Dismount carefully, pick up the paddleboard by the handle, and walk to shore. Do not use the paddleboard as a boogie board. Do not stand facing sideways, or it's a one-way ticket to Drenchtown with a stopover in Soaksville. While it may be tempting to venture onto land, please be mindful of OPP, that's other people's property. Please refer to the map before taking off for all the safe and not safe zones. Do not have a picnic on somebody else's property. Do have a picnic on the land next to the boat launch. Long Pond is where loons like to call home. These feathery creatures love to nest along the shoreline. We ask that you keep a minimum of 4 boat lengths from a potential loon nest. Do not go any closer.
lost in here! Get out of here!
Oh, sorry.
On Long Pond, there can at times be elevated volumes of boat traffic. Refrain from paddling in the middle of the pond and stick to the shorelines, or something like this might happen. Most importantly, we here at National Park Canoe and Kayak Rental hope that you'll have fun. That's rule number 1. Knowledge, safety, success. The tools you need to be a paddling pro. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the pond.